Hey guys, Nick here with Starfall Sabers, and today we're going to be talking about the latest collaboration between myself and Sabertrio with Artalis. So let's take a look. Alright guys, so when you get your Artalis Saber, it comes in this beautiful packaging that Sabertrio does. I love all their packaging. It's super pro, super premium. And for all of the Starfall Sabertrio collabs, we've opted to do this really nice reflective label. And you can see there's the silhouette of the saber, Sabertrio, and Starfall Sabers. When you get your box, it'll have seals on either side here. Obviously, I've opened this already, but I want to show you what you get. Again, Sabertrio always just sets the standard for beautiful packaging. And you get the top view of the saber in the box, which I just absolutely love. This top rail that runs across the top of the saber. It's a really unique look. You get a quick start guide here. Tutorial videos, you get some stickers. And some nice information. And then you have the saber here, which we'll look at in a second. Underneath the foam inset, you have some more stuff. You have your charging cable, your charging brick, and you're going to have your hardware for the saber. So I just want to show you something here with the saber. This was the original sketch that I did when I designed the saber. This was an idea that I had floating in my head for a long time. Wanted to do something a little different for the second one, kind of push some of the normal boundaries that Sabertrio does with their designs. I wanted to see if we could incorporate something unique, and I think we pulled it off. So just a shout out to Gustavo Canales, who's my design partner. He basically, I send him this and he makes it, fully realizes it in 3D modeling software that also, and he also does all the machining models so that this can be made into production. But as you can see, this is pretty much what I designed. So take you through some of the design features. I was kind of thinking of like the Black Mamba has that top rail where everything's suspended. That was one of the inspirations. I also wanted a light bar on this saber, and because the first saber, Solarian, has an exposed crystal chamber, and I know some people aren't a fan of that, we still wanted to have the the essence of a crystal chamber, but this one is fully hidden behind this vented cage. And I also am a big fan of Battlestar Galactica, and so that Cylon animated bar graph is what I was kind of envisioning, with small tactiles on either side of that. And so when we power this up, you'll kind of see that. Gustavo had a great idea for this this top rail here. He said, let's do like some hints of bunny ears on it. And I thought that was an amazing design choice. I also wanted the emitter shield shroud to be inset, so it closely hugs the blade, which I think turned out really nice. So just an up close of some of the design cues. Also did some of this, like if you look at my Alliance saber that I released, which is sold out, we did similar stylings to that. I wanted a little bit of that design presence in here. And this is a heavy saber. This is all copper, expertly machined. There's no sharp edges on it. It's actually, it may not look like it, but it's very comfortable to hold and spin. You got a nice choke point right here. This is coated so that this won't tarnish. I imagine future variants may have, you know, some weathering options on this. They might choose to do, you know, the exposed copper so it'll naturally darken and weather over time. And then this is the first, I believe, Sabertrio saber to have a D-ring. I was definitely wanted a D-ring on this. I personally am not a big fan of CoverTechs. I know some people like them. So this saber will ship with a replacement screw, because this screw acts as the guide for the chassis, which I'll show you in a minute. So you do need the screw here, but mine didn't ship with it because they were trying to get this to me as soon as possible. But all orders of Artalis will come with that replacement screw if you don't want the CoverTech. And so without the CoverTech, it's just so nice and smooth. There's nothing awkward about holding the handle at all. But for those that maybe want both, you have those options. And otherwise, you have this nice D-ring, which I'm a big fan of, D-rings. I want to show you, this blade plug is really cool. So right here is your blade retention. And that just looks really nice. So I'm going to put a blade in and kind of show you what we have, but let's take a look at the power core first. This is also sporting a brand new sound font that comes installed on the Saber, done by Kit Bash Customs. He does great work. He actually did most of the Starfall collection of sound fonts, which is also preloaded onto here. So you get a nice value of sound font packages when you get these collaboration sabers. So this is the guide, and you can see there's you can't see it in the camera, but this screw sticks down a little bit so that this can guide the power core in, so it keeps it nice and secure. You'll get a boot sound. And that lines up nice. So this is what I was talking about with that cool kind of ready animation, that Cylon from Battlestar Galactica. I just love the way that looks. And you get that breathing of the crystal chamber kind of concealed in the cavern here. Power button, these nicely hidden tactile buttons you can palm over and not have any accidental presses, which is nice. So you kind of get the edge of your finger in here to activate it. Super loud. Twist off. And let's go ahead and put a blade in. It's a nice snug fit. Apply the pressure against the pins in here and tighten down. And just I'll showcase a couple other sound fonts that are on here. Push and hold the auxiliary.
Sound bank selection, Artalis. Alliance. Hero's Journey.
So these are the Starfall collection of sound fonts.
Balance. Grandmaster.
And what Sabertrio has done is kind of intersperse them with their sound fonts and other sound fonts that come on the Profi board or the CFX, whichever one you get.
Balance. Hero's journey. Balance.
Whoops.
Hero's journey.
And of course, it's RGB saber, so you can change the color of the blade. Oh, one thing I wanted to show you, I forgot, so I'm recording this again. I wanted to show you how cool this light bar and crystal chamber cavern looks with different colors. So power the saber. Tap both power and auxiliary at the same time.
Kyber dial.
There we go. And now as you rotate the saber, you're going to get different colors. When you find a color that you want, you just tap auxiliary and it will select that color. This looks cool. And also, I've been told that the crystal chamber and also the light bar are wired independently. So for those of you who like to tinker and program, you can program different animations for all of these. So that's just a quick overview of Artalis. I'm really proud of what we were able to make with this saber. It's definitely unique. Feels good to hold, especially if you take this cover tech off and replace it with the screw. Looks really neat from all the different angles. There's always something cool to look at. And it also looks beautifully paired with Solarian, which was our first collaboration. So thank you guys for the support. Thanks for watching. And I just want to remind, at the time this video is posted, today's December 2nd, but through December 7th, any orders of $500 or more, you get free shipping, which is pretty awesome. So make sure to take advantage of that. And thanks for watching. May the force be with you, and we'll see you next time.